Okay, this question says the curve y equals ax squared plus bx passes through 2, 5 and 4, 8. Find a and b. So what's this all about? Okay, so we've been given a formula for the curve. We have been given 2 points which are on the curve. So for this one, this point, the x value is 2 and the y value is 5. For this point here, the x value is 4 and the y value is 8. So let's now put these values into here, and afterwards we should be able to solve a simultaneous equation. So let's start with this one. The formula says y equals ax squared plus bx. So where there is an x, we need to change that to a 2. Where there is a y, we need to change that to a 5. So the first which says y, so change that to a 5. So 5 equals a times x squared, what's 2, times 2 squared, plus b times whatever x is, so x is 2. So let's simplify it slightly. So we get 5 equals, well, a times 2 squared. 2 squared is 4, so that makes 4a. Plus, well, b times 2 is 2b. So that is as far as I can do with that point. Let us now have a look at the other point. So again, work at the same. Y equals ax squared plus bx. This time, where there's an x, change it to a 4. Where there is a y, change it to an 8. So the first one says y, so that makes it 8, equals a times 4 squared plus b times 4. Let's simplify it again. So 8 equals a times 4 squared. Well, 4 squared is 16, so that's going to get 16a. b times 4 is 4b, so plus 4b. So now we have 2 equations. Got one here, and we've got another one here. Okay, you should hopefully recognise that these we can solve now using a simultaneous equation. So I'm going to start with a new piece of paper. So I'm going to write these out again. Quickly write them out for you. So 5 equals 4a plus 2b, and 8 equals 16a plus 4b. Okay, I've literally just copied those from the ones we just made up earlier. I am now going to call this one, I'm going to give each line a name. I'm not going to call this one line A and this one line B because they've got A's and B's in the actual equation. It makes it complicated. So let's call this one line 1. Let's call this one line 2. So at this stage, when we're solving simultaneous equations, we should try and see if the number before the A's are the same. They're not. Is the number before the B's the same? No, they're different. So we now need to make one of those the same. I'm going to pick on the B's. Okay, this one is 2b and this one is 4b. So if I times this line by 2, I will get 4b. Let's do it. So line 1 times by 2. So 5 times by 2 is 10. 4a times by 2 is 8a. And 2b times by 2 is 4b. Now you should notice now, yes, we've got it. The 4b and the 4b are exactly the same. So this is the next step in solving the simultaneous equation. And I'm going to call this line here line 3. So we now have the same number of b. This means if I was to take this line here from that line, we would cancel those b's. So let's do it. So line 3 minus line 2. Let's see what we get. 10 take away 2 is, sorry, I said again, 10 take away 8 is 2. 8a take away 16a, quite a tricky one here. 8a take away 16a, that is going to give me minus 8a. 4b take away 4b, well, it's gone, exactly what we wanted. Now I can solve this. 2 equals minus 8a. So that's the same as saying 2 divided by minus 8 equals a. So therefore a equals minus a quarter. Now that's a big step, very big step. In terms of an exam, you've got lots of marks for that value now. We have now found out what a is. So we can use this value now to find out what b is. And I am going to use this value in the easiest equation. Okay, let's have a look. Which one do you reckon is the easiest to use? Line 1, line 2, or line 3? I'm going to pick line 1 because all the numbers are quite small. So let's have a go for it. I'm going to put this a value here and change it from that a. I'm going to put it as minus a quarter. So let's write it down first of all. So 5 equals 4a plus 2b. So this time, instead of writing an a, I write minus a quarter. So 5 equals 4 times minus a quarter plus 2b. So let's simplify it slightly. 5 equals 4 times minus a quarter. Tricky. The answer is minus 1 plus 2b. Now at this stage, to get rid of that minus 1, I need to add a 1 to both sides. So therefore, it's going to be 5 add 1 is 6 equals 2b. Therefore, b equals 3. So we've now found what a is and b is. The last step is now to put these values back into the formula we were given at the start. The question said the curve y equals ax squared plus bx. So we now need to change the a and the b to these values. So I'll write it down again. The question said y equals ax squared plus bx. So let's change that a to a minus a quarter and that b to a 3. So y equals minus a quarter x squared, and let's change that b to a 3 plus 3x, and we've solved it. We have now got the formula for the curve. The last thing you should do then, although you've got the formula, although at this stage you've got that right, you're getting full marks, you should check to make sure it works. It's quite easy to make a silly mistake. The question at the start said that the curve went through the points 2, 5, and 4, 8. So if we put 2 instead of x on this side, hopefully we get the y value of 5. Let's check. So minus a quarter times 2 squared plus 3 times 2 minus a quarter. Well, that's first of all, let's do the square. 2 squared is 4. Minus a quarter times 4 is going to be minus 1 plus 3 times 2 is 6. Minus 1 plus 6 is 5. We've got it. I.e. y equals 5. Yeah, that works. We put 2 in and we get the answer 5 out. Let's try with the other one. Y. So this time, let's put 4 in there. Hopefully, we get the answer of y equals 8. So, let's check. Minus a quarter times 4 squared. Well, let's have a look. Minus a quarter times 4 squared plus 3 times 4. So, 4 squared is 16. Minus a quarter times 16. Well, that's going to get me minus 4. Plus 3 times 4 is 12. Minus 4 add 12 gets me the answer 8. Therefore, when I put x equals 4 into our formula, we're getting the y value as 8. Yes, it's worked. We've solved it. We first of all found the formula, then we checked it with the x and y values that were given, the 2 points that were given. We've solved it. Excellent work.